Hey, what's up? We're back again for Do That But Better, and I'm Zach, and I'm here with my younger brother Eric. How you doing,
How's
Eric?
it going? Good, good.
Uh, so, um, you guys, strangely enough, we just had a slight difficulty because of family. And Eric, when you were texting me that hey, I'll be on in a sec, so I have to tell this story. It is so funny. The other day, we were together with family somewhere. I don't know, but it was probably like Autumn and maybe Seth, or I know that Kevin was there. I mean, you know what? Maybe it was for one of the kids' birthdays, but there was a bunch of people there, and Natalie was talking to Liesel, who is my 7-year-old, and like she's just off in the background, and all of a sudden she goes, "No more sex," and we're like, "What?" We're like, everybody just stopped, and it's like, what is going on here?
Oh no,
And
that's when we were there.
oh, you were there.
Everyone was trying to leave mom and dad's house,
Okay.
and Natalie was trying to get the kids out the door, and they all said, "In a sec, in a sec." And
Yep.
Natalie goes, "No more sex."
So that is now the mantra in our house, and so because actually, Liesel says it like crazy, and so like actually we have a rule now that she can't say that. She has to like either tell us that she can I do this thing or whatever, or just answer us, and yeah, so no more sex. So yeah, and so when you texted me that, I just laughed. I was like, nope, no more sex. But speaking of family, so we've got the holidays coming up, and the one thing that's everybody's mind is Thanksgiving. We've got then after that we got Christmas and all that kind of stuff, and it's a great time, and everybody loves being together with family, and everybody's thinking about what they're grateful for, and all that kind of stuff. But then the elephant in the room, it always comes to, but how much weight am I going to gain over the holidays?
Yep. How do I survive?
Yeah, actually, so that is sort of funny, man. Just those words, like, because yeah, it's like, oh, I love this time of year, but then you say, how do I survive it? And it's like, oh crap, I never even thought
Yep.
about that.
Yep. Do you actually love it? Or how do you love it?
I like that. Wait, so yeah, talk about that.
Well, so you could ask yourself, what are the things that I love about it? And what are the things that I don't love about it? And uh, what can I do to love the holidays versus surviving it, dreading it?
Ooh,
And
that's super awesome.
that might be choices about food, it might be choices about people,
Yeah,
or it's most likely it's choices about yourself and the way you're thinking about and approaching this stuff.
right. Yeah, and there's been multiple years for me where it's like, whether I was doing a nutrition plan or something like that, where it's like, all right, I'm just gonna weigh and measure my food, and I'm gonna restrict everything, and this is gonna be fantastic because I'm gonna stay right on track, even through the holidays, and I think that it's not necessarily a bad thing for people to do once or twice in their life, but it's also not something that we should make a common existence in our holiday planning.
Right.
And yeah, and so we want to be able to just take this and enjoy it.
Yeah. And it's not a realistic or enjoyable expectation
Hmm.
for 99% of people. Like unless you're getting paid to to do a photo shoot or a competition in January,
Yeah, right,
that's it's not going to be worth it to go to that extreme
for
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah, and yeah, I would say that the times that you would do that are if you are really on your game you're learning something new, and
Yep.
you decided, hey, I'm going to do this 30, 60, 90 day thing because I need to get my nutrition together. But if you're just looking for general health, if you're eating pretty well and you're just worried about gaining weight just for simple aesthetic and purposes, then you don't have to go into it thinking that it's like this big competition.
Yeah. I could see it as an experiment. Like, can I get through the holidays while weighing and measuring?
For sure.
Or even asking yourself, like, what does a normal portion size look like at Thanksgiving compared to what I normally do or what people normally give me?
Right.
Like gaining perspective on the holidays and the meals that you have versus just like totally cutting it out forever.
Right. Yeah. Well, and you know what, coming into the holidays, so you got Thanksgiving. Now, I would say that most people are going to have multiple, right? So it's like there's Thanksgiving with the other side of the family, there is Friendsgiving and all kinds of things that people are putting on their plate for the holidays. And then coming up now, you've got Christmas parties, and Christmas parties are going to start next week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be piling up. But so from something that I recently just saw, that most weight gain is done from like Christmas to New Year's, which is actually sort of interesting. And so yes, this sort of starts it out, and but it's very minimal, and there's more towards the end of the year. And I think that what sort of happens is you go, all right, like Thanksgiving, I'm going to stay on my game, and then you get Christmas, and then you get those weird weeks, and you just go, screw it, I'll just start on New Year's.
Yeah.
Right? So you still have plenty of time, and actually you don't have to just one day or one meal or any of that doesn't necessarily throw you off as bad as you might think.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest problems is not these holidays or these parties, it's the rest of our life. So
Yeah.
Everything that we have at Thanksgiving, you can have any other time. Like you can
totally do.
Yeah, it's like you can buy a pumpkin pie, you can make a pumpkin pie, you can pecan, whatever, have some ice cream. And I think that one of our problems is overindulgence, not necessarily on the holidays, but it's overindulgence in life. Mm-hmm. It's like we're not lacking for anything. Cookies, and it's like, yeah, when were you like, there's no cookies that I could have, or no candy, or whatever the heck it is that you like, or even just mashed potatoes, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
It's like you can have them whenever you want and to excess. And then on the holidays, we go, well, this is when you have to overindulge. It's like, I've been doing that all year.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, on that point, now I'm like thinking back, like 50 years ago, 100 years ago, having Thanksgiving, like normal meals are here, Thanksgiving is here, and now it's like gone up to here.
Yeah. Yep. And when you start adding in those extra, how many people are doing 2 Thanksgivings in one day? It's like, so we totally don't do that anymore. And I'm so thankful for it. It's like, I would totally rather spend more time at one place and enjoy it. And then you can even enjoy that food. And,
Right.
And it really does make it a little bit more enjoyable.
Yeah. And I think that's a great point. Of like why we indulge so heavily in some of these things, especially like being out here, we're away from family, and just culturally, like we're much more mobile. People are families are spread out. And so, you go to a Friendsgiving and everyone brings their favorite things because, like, what you're craving is that family connection and, like, the tradition, right, the nostalgia. And so, like, I can't get it by being with grandma and my siblings and my cousins. And so, like, this food gives me that feeling,
Right.
right? And so, if I want to have that feeling all day, I'm going to eat it all day because
Yeah.
I can't be with them all day.
What would you say your favorite Thanksgiving food is?
Oh, I mean, like, strictly Thanksgiving food, corn pudding is so good.
Mm, I do love corn pudding.
I mean, like, I could eat mashed potatoes for days on end,
Yeah.
but that's like the one that you don't really, and stuffing.
Yeah.
But we make stuffing, I don't know, maybe a couple times a year.
Yeah. And for anybody who doesn't know, that's also dressing.
Obviously.
Yeah. I would say that that is my favorite. And I only eat mom and grandma's stuffing. I don't really like anybody else's. I'm not a big fan of the ones with like sausage in them. There's so many different textures and things like that I don't like in anybody else's. But I would say that is definitely my favorite, and that's one thing that I don't think I've ever made it in my life, let alone any other time of the year.
I do think I made it once. I think I might have made it in college,
Mhm.
but who knows? don't
I
know.
also
But
I also really love green bean casserole.
yes,
That's like one of my favorite things ever. And actually this year we are going to be on our own. So it's just wife and kids at home. And so I bought a turkey. I got some potatoes. I bought some, oh no, I didn't. I need to buy spinach.
Whoa.
So
you're gonna have to fight someone for spinach.
yeah, so I bought a bunch of green beans because I want to make green bean casserole, and you got to have the onion ring things on top. I absolutely love that.
Oh yeah.
And then I've got I want to make cream spinach. So that was one of my favorite things. Actually, I used to ask for that for my birthday. Like that was part of my birthday meal was cream spinach with the hard-boiled eggs on top. And so I'm super excited about that, but I'm gonna have to make some of that. But I think that we're gonna keep it pretty, just bare bones. Just have some turkey. We got our vegetables. We got our stuffing. So I bought some stuff for that, and then the vegetable mashed potatoes. So, but yeah, but one of the other big problems that arises with holidays, especially when you have a bunch of people, you have all treats all day, right? And so it doesn't turn into a meal, it turns into just grazing, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna try some of these cookies, and I'm gonna try some of those, and I'm gonna have this pie, and then I better save some room because I'm gonna have this other pie, and it turns into a big mess. And when you think about it, it's like, why does this have to be here the whole time? Like we can do this in shifts,
Yeah.
and not really worry about, I think that people love to have like that 5-course, hey, here's some snacks while you're waiting and all that kind of stuff. But we have to start thinking of those not as meals. And I think that's one of the problems I always have. And even just if I have a cup in my hand, I'm drinking it, right?
Yep,
so the more often it's there, the more often I'm going to have it. And I don't know about other people, but I feel like my stop eating or drinking does not work. Like whatever tells me to do that does not work in my body. It's just like it's in my hand, it's going in my mouth.
Yeah, it's on my plate, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, looking into the holidays, trying to set up, all right, how do I go about this um, in a way that I can feel good? Where would you start, Eric?
So I think, like I said, like there's that nostalgia um, aspect to it, and so I think separating the emotion from like the practicality. 'Cause you don't want to be like a sociopath at Thanksgiving. I mean, that's right. That's the like weighing and measuring end
Yeah.
of like I connect now. I'm not connecting emotionally. Versus like, well, this is how I feel, and so I'm gonna indulge completely. So
Mhm.
like recognizing here's what I want um, emotionally out of this, like spending time with family, with these people, doing these things, playing Trivial Pursuit,
Yeah.
um, versus like here are the things that I really enjoy eating, and here's what I want to do as far as eating, right? Like
Mhm.
my goal, here are my goals. So I'm going to eat this way. I'm going to um, maybe like pick my favorite foods. These are the ones that I'm like going hard in pain. And
Mhm.
these other ones I'm not really a big fan, even though I stuff myself with it at the end. Anyway, right? Like starting to think objectively about some of that stuff, so that when you show up, you're ready, right? Like you've got kind of a plan for all of those things.
Yeah.
So yeah, separating the objective from the emotional stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. And I actually, so like along those same lines, I like to think about that beginning of the day and getting the things that I want. And actually, or I'm sorry, that we need, right? So we're gonna have the things that we want. It's like, what kind of things do I need to make me feel good? What are my healthy kind of foods that I'm going to have. And we actually just did the 800-gram challenge, which the 800-gram challenge, the whole idea was not to restrict anything. It was just to measure your fruits and vegetables. And there's evidence that people who eat 800 grams of fruits and vegetables a day have lower all-cause morbidity, right? So it's like, oh, I should do that, right? It doesn't matter what else. I mean, it does. You could do that very poorly. But number one is I need to get these things. So it doesn't matter what I'm eating if I'm not getting any of this anyways.
Right.
And, starting out like that. So, hey, let's have some breakfast. And it's very easy to get 200 to 400 grams of vegetables in the morning. And so cool thing about that is that you can have a good breakfast. You are satisfied, eating that much fruits and vegetables. So actually for me, I usually have somewhere in like the 120 to 150 grams of spinach with some eggs, and I'll put in some like mushrooms or something like that, which would be like 50 to 70 grams. So I'm right at about 200 there, and then I might have some oatmeal with a banana, and so the banana is like 100, 120 or something like that. I'm already at 300 grams of fruits and vegetables, and and I can feel pretty darn good because I know that at my dinner, I'm going to have some green beans. I'm going to have some salad. I'm going to have I'm going to have some potatoes. And it's like, oh man, I got the things that I needed, and now I can start not worrying, but enjoying. Hey, can I go have some pie? Can I get my protein in? I got my turkey, right? And
Yep.
it's like, oh, fantastic. This sounds like a great day of eating.
Right.
Right? And so thinking about this as what should I be eating first, and then what do I get to eat also, and starting there.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
So,
I know the other thing too, a lot of people, I mean, this is the biggest day of the year for races. So like the Earn Your Turkey
oh
5K
yeah,
workouts at the gyms.
I
So
was
like
wondering what
showing
kind
up
of race. I'm like, we should be racing. I was like this.
an eating competition. Yeah. But yeah, it's the biggest day for running races.
Oh yeah.
So get out, and I mean, you don't have to run a race, but like before, being active before your meal is awesome, and planning to be active after the meal
Mm.
is clutch, because you don't want to be the one who throws up in the backyard playing football. Right? Like that's an automatic self-regulator that like, hey, we're whatever playing this game later after dinner. So then
Yeah.
like you're that's in the back of your mind as you're eating.
Yeah. Actually, I think that that's a great tip overall is plan things that are active, and it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be backyard football. That's great if you do that, but number one, it's not always as inviting to everyone. But so, starting with something like charades or playing Wii whatever, or like even like Twister or
Yeah.
something
Croquet.
where yeah, absolutely. So anything that is just getting you off your seat, because the holidays can turn it. And actually, I sort of hate that, where I'm sitting all day. You're sitting at a table. They just bring out more food, and it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, belly up and like, holy crap, unbutton your pants because the day's not going to go
Watching
very
the
well.
parade that bleeds into the first football game, that bleeds into the next football game, and then like some Christmas movie, and like, oh, I haven't actually moved for 10 hours.
Yeah, man, like when you start thinking about that, it is absolutely insane how long you'll be sitting and just moving a little bit. And they've actually shown that that walking, like, so 10 minutes of walking after a meal can help regulate your blood sugar. So I mean, what a huge reason to go for a small walk. And actually, it's been a little bit cold here. I looked outside, like I have windows. Yeah. And like I can tell the temperature when I look at my wall.
I can tell by the light coming through the crack from the garage door.
But there's I think it was like 20 degrees this morning. But what's that?
That's what I heard from Mom and Dad driving through the night.
Yeah, it's been chilly. But you can still get out, or like we said, just doing something inside where you're standing, for goodness sake. And really, if you start playing with the kids, any of the kids there, they've got some great idea.
Oh, blow up a balloon and you play
Oh, man.
Keepy Uppy.
Oh, dude, that's actually, yeah. Actually, I might have to get some. And what a great game that again, like your grandparents can play, or
Yep.
whatever, But yeah, get a little bit active, and then after the holidays, actually after the meal, it's like get back to business as usual,
Yep.
and you don't have to outdo the crap that you did. So all you did was have a meal, and now get back to eating meat and vegetables. Get back to exercising every day, and actually training. So if you're training normally, and if you're watching this, you probably do, and you don't have to do something crazy. You don't have to do the 5K. You don't whatever. Just train normal, 3 to 5 days a week, and
Yep.
start eating normally again. And guess what? When you have another party, enjoy yourself and go back to business as usual.
Right. Yeah, something that has worked great for a lot of clients of mine is after holidays, after vacations, or actually before holidays, before vacations, is planning, and if you can, prepping your next meal. So like someone's going on vacation for a week, all right, make a freezer meal that is like online with your goals. Have that ready, so when you get home, it's not, oh crap, there's no food, let's just like go hit fast food, and now your vacation starts to tail off for another week or two. Like, no, I've got my meal ready, so as soon as I get home from vacation, I'm back on. And same thing with the holidays, with Thanksgiving. Like you said, if maybe you're eating an early meal with family, have your dinner planned, or the next day, that breakfast, have that planned and made, so that there's no question. It doesn't bleed over for another couple days.
Yeah, I like that. And I was just thinking of something while you were saying that. Oh yeah. So now what happens? What happens if your next meal is your leftovers? Because if you aren't doing that, then you're not doing Thanksgiving right. I don't think.
Well, the question is, what size plates are you using? Are you using Thanksgiving Day plates?
Yep.
But yeah, like the portions, you could take those leftovers and portion it out into your Tupperware, so that there's no question going into the next meal.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorite things about the holidays. And
Oh, yeah.
I would say that most of the leftovers I don't really care about, except for turkey or ham, and just like a sandwich with some mayonnaise and a crisp piece of lettuce. Like that is like the best after holiday meal that there is.
That is like, as after having just a mess of rich food, a piece of lettuce sounds and tastes so good.
Oh yeah. What would you say? Are you turkey or ham?
Dark meat turkey.
Mm. I don't even
I
know why
love
they.
ham, but I'll save ham for Christmas.
I'll still take turkey on Christmas, but I do like ham. I don't even know why they make white meat.
It is crazy.
Those
I don't
stupid
know.
turkeys
People
and chickens.
who say they like white meat are liars.
That's true. Brian Peterson, you are a liar. I just said lighter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
why did you say-
I don't know.
No. Yeah.
Liar.
You don't like white meat. You like gravy.
Yes. But yeah, I do like me some turkey, and I will every now and then make one outside of Thanksgiving. And it's really, I don't think it's nearly as hard as people think. I don't know why people go. It's like, it's just a big freaking chicken, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, it does take a long. I mean, if it's frozen, like you have to
Yeah.
plan it.
Right.
I don't know. The pressure.
outside of that-
See, it's the emotions again. It's the story in your head. The pressure of cooking it for all the people.
Yeah. Everybody's looking for the perfect recipe. How do you make it not dry? And it's like, well, don't cook it very much. That's.
Yeah. It's because of National Lampoon's Christmas. That's the picture in everyone's head. Like, please don't do that.
Yeah. But yeah, so there you go, guys. Have a good holiday. Don't freak out about it.
Yeah.
Have a plan going into it, and just stay active, and then get back to business as usual. There's, it's not going to do as much damage as you think. So just have a little bit of fun.
Yeah. Have a great holiday. Enjoy the people. Enjoy the food.
All right, Eric. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next week.
All right. See ya.
Tell mom and dad I said hi.
Will do.
All right. See ya.
Bye.